Chickens are such curious creatures. I just put this here because it was easier for the video in this area instead of Betty's old area, where she used to be isolated because she was being bullied, the little smallest white chicken. And all of the chickens crowded around, and now the rooster's checking it out. You gotta check it out for your girls, don't you, Jacob? Make sure it's all safe. You're a good boy, aren't you? Anyway, I was going to show you Betty's old nighttime home, just to say you don't need to spend $1,000 on a chicken coop if you just have a couple of birds. This obviously won't be big enough for a couple of birds, but it's a good little alternate nesting thing made out of a garbage bin. So a friend of ours actually told me about this, and he uses this sort of thing for a nesting box, so that if they go broody, you can just shut this little door. I'm not sure how he makes them. He doesn't have one where he is. He doesn't have chickens at the moment, but this is how I made it. You can shut the little door, wrap it around with some webbing, and gently at night when they're in there, you can shut the door when they're broody and transport them to somewhere else, because it's a real pain when they go broody in the main thing and then the others don't want to come in and lay their eggs in the coop because the other one wards them off, and then you have the potential that I've had where they all go off the lay because they're too afraid to brave the scary chicken that's broody in their coop. So they either lay somewhere else, really weird, and you have to go hunting for the eggs every day, or they just stop laying. So I don't know if that's just my chickens, but I know why people want to stop. I was going to say someone. They are people. Chickens are people too, aren't they? And becoming broody, whether they have eggs or not. So that's just a bit of hay in there for them. And I'm not terribly handy with tools, but I have a cheap soldering iron, or I think Americans call them soldering irons. And I mean, the chickens don't care how rough it is. It's not sharp on the edge. So just keep poking the soldering iron through there until you can actually cut through the garbage can. It doesn't smell good, so make sure you're doing it outside. It's probably a bit toxic. I made sure that the wind was blowing the other way, so I didn't inhale too many fumes. So don't quote me. I know it's not healthy. So these clips are really cheap. Get them at a hardware store, so you can leave it up like that during the day so it doesn't get too hot. And if I leave this out as an alternate laying spot, when someone is broody in the main coop and I can't seem to shift them, they will lay in here as well now. So this keeps it from getting too hot in the daytime. I often put this up a bit further so that it's even higher up, so that all the hot air escapes out the top. And then if it's rainy, you actually have to clip it, otherwise the rain gets in, obviously. In the wet season we do get a lot of rain. So here is the thing that I didn't make. This is what my son made me. How cool is that? This is the rooster box. Hello Betty. Hey, just checking it out, eh? They were all crowded around here before because I came down here and opened it up. So we had the problem of the rooster crowing at night anytime after midnight, which I've actually talked about in one of my early chicken videos. And I was laughing about it, saying to my son, we need a soundproof room for him. And that's what this is. This is audio soundproofing that they use when they're recording music that you can put on the walls. And it works really well, except there's not a lot of ventilation, because if there was ventilation, you would hear the sound of the rooster crowing. So we don't want him to not have enough ventilation. So here are my rocks again. I love my rocks. I didn't when I first came here. So these will actually give you the ventilation you need. It's looking a bit old. It's a year old now. Yeah, so that keeps the lid up and it doesn't get too hot, and it doesn't get mouldy or mildew in there because the air can escape. Hey Betty, it's better than him crowing right next to you in the coop at night, isn't it? yes, so this reduces the noise enough so that we can sleep, because our house is probably, I don't know, 50 metres away, 30 metres away, not sure what that is in feet, 100 foot maybe? No, not that much, 80 foot, not really sure. But anyway, it's really cool. His bachelor house has a water container too, which does hold water. My son felt bad that it had a big roofing screw in it, but yes, it does hold water. So yeah, that's his little spot, and just thought I'd show you my little alternative things. So we do put tin on the roof. We had this was here when we got here, just a couple of bits of roofing iron, because it does, when the lid's up with the gap for airflow, this is probably going to be very noisy. It's not flat because this bit's up and then it evens out on the other end. So I put the second bit of tin on there so it still keeps the rain out. And then I put about 4 of our beautiful rocks on top, and even when it's windy, even when that storm went through, I put about 12 rocks on top of this. Yes, because we didn't want to be kept awake all night by the rooster if there was a storm as well. So he still did go in this little box, and he was fine in the tropical storm. And it looks a bit old now because it's about a year old, but here's his little front door, so you can open that up in the morning. And it's on some stainless steel sheeting, I believe it is. I think it used to be a kitchen bench top or something. The first house here was demolished, so we still find bits from the previous house, don't we, Betty? And you guys dig them up soon, don't you? Yeah, you will be digging them up soon, because we've had a lot of rain, and there's a Red Bull can starting to appear in your coop. Did you see that, Betty? I'll have to dig it out. This could have some sharp edges. But anyway, that keeps it waterproof, and sometimes the door sticks in the wet weather. It expands and it sticks, so I can't open it, which is bad. So I can actually lift the whole little bachelor pad up, and he just scoots out from underneath and chases the girls. But anyway, that's our morning routine, isn't it, Betty? That's what we do with our rooster Jacob. And he seems fairly comfortable in there. So whenever it gets dark at night and I come to pack up the chickens, even though we have our automatic door, I come and check that it's gone down for the evening. So I just take Jacob off the perch with the girls because he's sleepy and it's easy. And I just carefully put him in here for the evening. And he's happy till the morning when I let him out. But they're our alternative little coops that I think possibly anybody could make if they had just a few materials and tools. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that's helpful. Have a good day. See you next time.